Zorin OS is a Linux distribution designed to make the transition from Windows easier for users. With a similar appearance and many features that resemble Windows, Zorin ensures a more simple transition between the two operating systems. It also supports many popular applications and tools used by Windows users, and it's known for its stability and security. For those who have decided that Windows is no longer the operating system they want to use, Zorin OS can be a good solution. When you visit the official website, the link will be in the video description, and click the download button, you will first have the option to download Pro version, which is paid. In this section, you can also see the benefits that Pro users receive. The main two reasons you might consider purchasing the Pro versions are the technical support provided to the Pro users, which can be very helpful for new users, as they will receive expert assistance in resolving any issues or questions while using Zorin OS. The second reason is to support the developers, which helps them continue improving and advancing the operating system. Below this section, there are two more versions of Zorin OS, Zorin Core and Zorin Education. These versions are completely free, and we will download the Zorin Core version. When we click the download button, we will have the option to enter our email if we want to receive notifications and the latest news related to this operating system. If you do not want to provide your email or simply do not want notifications, click the Skip to Download button, after which the process of downloading the ISO file will begin. Now we will create a bootable USB drive using Rufus. If you are using Linux or Mac, you can create a bootable USB using Belina Etcher. Links for both programs will be in the video description. After selecting the Zorin ISO file we previously downloaded and clicking the Start button, we will have the option to choose how the USB will be formatted. The first option, Write in ISO image mode, is recommended, but if your computer has Safe Boot enabled, it is better to choose the second option, Write in DD image mode. In this case, I will leave the first option selected and click OK. After that, Rufus will ask if I want to download the files needed to successfully create the USB drive. I will click yes, after which I will receive a warning that the USB will be completely erased. I will click OK again to confirm. Once the creation of the bootable USB is complete, I will restart the computer and boot from the newly created USB. When the USB loads, you will receive two options: Try Zorin OS and Install Zorin OS. You choose the first option if you want to test the operating system before deciding whether to install it. You can try out settings, install programs, and so on. The second option, Install Zorin OS, is for installing the operating system on your computer, and that is the option I will choose in this case. Then we will have the option to select the language we want. After that, we will receive installation settings regarding updates, in other words, whether we want Zorin to update during installation and whether we want to allow the installation of other programs that are not pre-installed. The third option, which is not checked, allows developers to know how many people are using their operating system. When we click Continue, we will receive settings related to the hard drive on which we will install Zorin. If you do not have any other operating system or multiple partitions on your computer, select the first option, Erase Disk, and install Zorin OS. This option will erase the contents of the hard drive, automatically create partitions, and install Zorin OS. You choose the second option, Something Else, if you want to set up a dual boot or have multiple partitions. This option gives you the ability to manually configure all settings to suit your needs. As you can see, you have the option to specify the disk size, whether it will be primary or logical, format of the hard drive, and mount point, in other words, the root file that will be used to install system files. Since I only have one disk in this case, I will go one step back and select the first option, which will automatically handle all settings. I will click Install Now, after which I will receive a notification about changes to the disk that will be applied if we proceed with the installation. I will click Continue to confirm, after which we will have the option to select the time zone. Finally, we need to define our username and password. After you finish with that, click Continue again, and then the installation will begin. The speed of this process depends on your configuration, in other words, the speed of your computer and the hard drive on which the operating system is being installed. When the process is complete, click the Restart button. When the operating system loads for the first time, you will receive a welcome message and the option to go through the basic features and settings by clicking the Start Tour button. First, you will be notified that you can launch applications from the Start menu. When you click on Start menu, the first thing you will likely notice is the similarity of the Start menu to the Windows Start menu. You can find applications just like in Windows by typing the name of the application. For example, I will type Brave. Unlike other Linux distributions where Firefox is pre-installed, Zorin OS comes with Brave as the default web browser. The decision to switch from Firefox to Brave was made by the developers of this operating system due to recent controversies and uncertainties surrounding Firefox's privacy policy changes. When you click on Next, you will have the option to customize the appearance of the operating system. By clicking on Launch Zorin Appearance, you can change the desktop's look and choose one of the 4 versions available in the free edition. You also have the option to select a theme that will be applied to your operating system, such as light, mixed or dark themes. If you don't like any of these options, you can install additional themes. Additionally, you can adjust effects. Speaking of effects, an interesting option you might like is the desktop cube. Like most Linux distributions, Zorin OS allows the use of the multiple desktops. When you activate this option, you will get a cube-shaped 3D view of the active desktops. In this section, you can also add system icons to the desktop, such as Home, Trash, Mounted Volumes, and Network Servers, as well as other interface settings, mouse settings, and more. What may appeal to Windows users is the ability to connect with existing accounts, such as Gmail or Microsoft. When you click the Connect Online Accounts button, you will see all the options, in other words, all the online accounts you can use in Zorin OS. In addition to connecting your online accounts, Zorin OS allows you to link your computer and phone. When you click the Launch Zorin Connect button, you will receive a dialog outlining the benefits of connecting your PC and phone. As you can see, if you enable this option, you can receive notifications from your phone on your computer, view photos on your phone, respond to SMS messages, share files and links between the 2 devices, and even remotely control your computer from your phone. When you click Next button, you will have the option to download the app needed for the connection using Google Play or F-Droid. The next option is software, which refers to installing applications. When you click on Launch Software button, the application will start and you will first see the applications you can install. When you click on the Installed button, you will get a list of applications that are already installed on your computer. Clicking the Updates button will show you a list of applications that have new version or update available. You can install new applications by clicking Explore, finding the application you want in the categories, or if you know the exact name of the application, click the magnifying glass icon and simply type the name of the application you want, for example Firefox. You will receive a list of all applications that mention the given name, which you can install. When you click on the application itself, before installing it, you have the option to choose how the application will be installed. As you can see, in this case you have two options. You can install the application as a Flatpak or as an app package. I will stick with the first option and click the Install button. If you want to remove the application after installation, all you need to do is click the trash can icon. You can search for and install other applications you need in the same way. In this way, we have finished short tour through Zorin OS. When you double-click the Super key or Windows key located between Ctrl and Alt keys, the Zorin menu will open, where you can see all the applications that come pre-installed in Zorin. You can also search for applications directly from this window by typing the name of the application, such as Firefox. In addition to the ability to adjust settings and launch the application itself, you will also receive suggestions for potential alternatives, in other words, similar applications that you might want to try. Aside from the Start menu, when you begin using this operating system, you will notice that many things are visually and functionally similar to Windows 10. As previously mentioned, this was done intentionally to ease the transition for Windows users to the new operating system. I'm sure that everyone who decides to replace their Windows operating system with Zorin OS will appreciate the effort that the creators of this operating system have put in to make them feel at home. Thanks to everyone who took the time to watch this video. I hope you find it useful or at least informative.